Hey, buddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome to Food Truck Empire. This is a economic strategy tycoon type game where you manage food trucks to try and conquer different levels and cities. When I say conquer, you're trying to beat them. And there's a lot of really interesting concepts going on here. Now, this is available on Steam for the demo. There's no release date on this game yet, and it's rare that I come across a game that is so interesting that the demo, I feel compelled to make a video about the demo because this is a game to watch. You can wishlist it now on Steam. I'll have a link to the game in the description. This is not a sponsored video. I just stumbled upon this game. I think they sent me like a marketing email and I clicked on it and I was like, you know what? I kind of like the aesthetic. So I want to show you what this game is about because I think this is a banger. This is 100% a banger game in the making. And I think they've got a super interesting concept and I want to see them execute it. So when you start up a company, you can give it a name. I usually call mine something like Potato Muck Incorporated, something like this. I'll pick the green color and I'll be a burger guy. You start your company and it's going to give you a pretty basic tutorial right here. So you start off with your camera controls, and already I just want to point out the vibe of this game is beautiful. One of the board games that I've always wanted to play was it's a food empire where you it's a fast food board game. I can't remember the name of it. It just kind of makes me have that vibe. Like you got like little suburbia here that you gotta build, your HQ, and you send your food trucks out to different locations. So you got your camera controls, W, A, S, and D. You've got Q and E to rotate the camera. You've got your mouse wheel, scroll in and out, zoom. And then the game tells you, oh, let's build your HQ. So your HQ is your main base of operations. Basically, there's a few building lots around the city. You can see there is a building lot over here where you can build your HQ. You can build your HQ over here. The game wants me to build my HQ over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and follow the game's recommendations here. Now, I think your first building is free. I don't know if you can build other things, but I know your HQ seems to be free, at least in the tutorial. And then we've got a little headquarters building here, and it's a really cute and beautiful game. I love the aesthetic. You zoom in, you see the people, and it's not the most graphically intense game, but I really love, I can very clearly tell what everything is, right? Car park. It's so obvious to me that this is a car park. This is forest over here, housing. This is some sort of like food park thing. You've got some kind of swimming rec center, swimming pool. You've got a primary school. You could sell kids food and yeah. Okay, there's so much to talk about. Let's go to our HQ. Okay, we're gonna enter into our HQ building, and this is like a sub game. You've got like a sub game, like where you place buildings and stuff in here. Your HQ has multiple floors. You're gonna get different facilities as you progress in the game. Right now, what we care about is the basement. So if we go down to the basement, this is where we can actually build our parking spots for our food trucks. You kind of just like build them wherever you want, although I think they have to be touching a wall. So I'll just pop that there, and now we need to open the truck purchase window. So we gotta click add right there, boom. And we could buy one of these basic trucks, or we could go ahead and create our own, right? We pop in here, we're in the food truck customization area. This is still under development. This is what that little note is. It's just telling you, hey, we haven't quite finished all the features in here. And it's it's funny that they say that because it's a really well built out feature set. You can rotate the truck with Q and E or your middle mouse button. You can also press P to enter different modes and kind of take different views of your truck. It's very cool. It's got, you've got like little pig faces, you've got different truck styles, you can change how your truck looks. You've also got, one area of feedback I would give the developers here is that this was not very obvious to me, that there were different parts. In fact, the first time I played the game, I did not notice this. I've played the game for about 30 minutes, but you have like so much potential customization options in here. You can customize the type of food item that's on your roof. I am going to be starting off with a burger empire, so let's do that. I do wish that I had I like putting pizza on the side of my van, although I do wish, and you could like drag it around. This is like a canvas, and I quite literally mean a canvas because you can also draw. Like you could draw and then right click erases. So if you wanted to draw, if you want to be the anarchist bus, the anarchist food bus. Let me see, how do I turn off the pizza, right? We just, you take the color black, boom, you make a big old thing, spray paint it, make it small again, boom, you draw your 5, or your welcome to the anarchist bus. You know what I mean? Like that's the sort of, you could just do whatever you want. You could paint this yourself and you just got like a little anarchist burger stand. You know what I mean? And then I don't know how to anyway, we'll just clear that off. So there's so much customization potential here. I could just use big blotches of different colors if I wanted to make you know, a sort of a softer, more, you know, we could go for a different vibe. You know, there's so much potential here. Your truck customization is literally a blank, literally a canvas for you to play around with. You've got decals, you've got different roof features, you've got different trims for your roof features, you've got all sorts of different accessories. I recommend not putting too many on because the game goes like, oh, they're overlapping. And then, you know, I'll put the little pizza symbol there because it's cute. You can change, you've got different color schemes. You can also do the color scheme manually. You've got advanced mode, you've got simple mode. Like, dude, the game is dripping. It's dripping with vibes. It's got so much awesome potential. I like the kind of green color schemes. Let's get rid of these decals. I'll go for the green vibe. I like this. Makes them stand out. We could also go for the pink vibe. Let's go for the green. I think the only like step up from this would be as if like I could upload a bitmap or like a PNG or something and stick it on the side of my truck, because that'd be fun. But like, this is a level of customization that most, like, if these guys made like a mech, you know, Food Mech Empire or like Mech Warrior Empire, I would play the hell out of this with all these like, this is more customization than you usually get in a video game. You know what I mean? You can customize your front bumper, you can change your fenders. So much potential. I would love a chaotic, just randomly choose everything button. I always love a randomize all button when I'm playing a video game. Yeah, my main feedback here is that this was not obvious to me, that there was like different parts. Anyway, we're not going to get too bogged down with that because I'm sure there's some people in there who could spend hours in the truck customization menu. So now we got to customize the interior of the truck, okay? This also blew my mind. So we're going to start with like just creating an ordinary burger. And so there's kind of a couple of things you need to keep in mind in here. There is a serving window. This kind of follows the tutorial, right? Real quick. So what they want me to do is get some baked goods. And I'll plonk them right there, okay? So then we got some bread. Now we need to do knife prep on the baked goods. So they want me to make a prep. So I got to go to prep. I got to get a knife station. I'll just park it right there. And now they want me to get a serving counter. Now the interesting thing about serving counters is they kind of have to go here. They won't fit anywhere else. Kind of makes sense, right? You gotta feed people at the window. And now we can create production lines inside the food truck. So if I come up here, I can create a burger, okay? I click the baked goods, I send them to the knife prep station, and then I send those burger buns, because it just got chopped, right, to the serving counter. And this added tags to this good, right? Baking and knife prep, which are going to affect the demographics of like which people like it, right? Because like elderly people, they like grains and they like things that have been, you know, knife prep, but they don't love, let's say, things that have been deep fried or shellfish. Whereas like maybe hipsters, oh, they hate cereals, but they love produce and legumes, right? And aged food. And then like perhaps party goers, they're not interested in mushrooms, legumes, or whisked food or fruits. They want meat, smoked meats, tubers, fish, and they want flavor. You know, it's so cool, right? And then the other thing is, right, you see this speed here? This is how long it takes to serve your burger out in the strategy mode, right? So if I like, oh, that was not what I meant to do. It's fine. But if I move this really far away, you see it takes, if I'm like optimizing for like the longest prep time, now it's going to take 6 minutes, right? Which is not good. Whereas if I like create like a little bit more of an optimal flow here, boom, 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 we can get that burger prepped in 1.5 minutes. We got that burger straight to the serving counter. You know what I mean? We're good to go. We got to kind of think about that too when it comes to our produce and our meat. So let's grab ourselves a meat patty. We will put it over here. And then we need to cook that meat patty. So I'll grab myself a grill. And then the meat patty is going to be the next ingredient. So I click over here to add another ingredient. I click the meat patty, I send it to the grill, and then I send it to the serving counter. Boom, we've added the burger to this. You can make a burger with just cheese on it. You could just slap a bit of cheese on a bun, and kids will actually kind of like it because they love milk products and they love burgers. They don't necessarily need, like, they don't love red meat. So if you just make them like a little cheese and veggie burger, they love it. And you could like target different demographics with your like food stand. Like, the game is so awesome, right? And this is our first truck and it's already got so much potential. Like, this game is insane. And this is a demo, by the way. Okay, so now we gotta hit the town, we gotta serve some burgers. So I'm gonna pop out of here of my HQ and I'm gonna grab my food truck, and basically you can move your food truck to different parking bays around the city by right-clicking, and we're going to be targeting normies commuting from the suburbs first. So basically the game is going to want me to send my food truck over here. You can see these like squiggly lines. It's almost like bus stops. These are places you can send your food truck. So like in theory, I could fit 1, 2, 3, 4 food trucks on this squiggly line. If I grab my food truck and I right-click on this squiggly line over here, I just go like bam, Now my food truck's going to head out in real time, right? It's 5:43 on a Monday morning rather. He's driving on over here, and he's going to set up, and he's going to start selling burgers. Part of my empire, you know what I mean? Also, I like that the cars stop for pedestrians crossing at the zebra crossing. And you see, because the car appeared here, all the people with the little bubbles above their head, they got the hungry symbol, which means they're going to come over and see if they want to have the food. So we just served our first customer, and the game is teaching us about how to change the speed. You've got you've got 4 speeds, right? No speed, and then normal, fast, faster. Basically, like, I think this is 2x speed, 3x speed, yada yada, blah blah blah. All right, so we just gotta wait until our customers are served so we can keep playing. So the food truck is making waves, and the local sawmill has asked us to service its workers, hoping for a newcomer providing a cheaper option than the competition and save some money from their workers, which I kind of appreciate. Opportunities like this will arise occasionally, and it's up to us to choose whether or not to accept them. They are more profitable than regular work, so it's wise to pursue them when possible. Okay, so a new city event is available. We're going to accept this. So we got to feed sawmill workers. Now, blue-collar workers who work at the sawmill are one of the demographics in the game, and they want to talk about, like, what do sawmill workers actually enjoy? So the city is split into a variety of different blocks, and when you click on a block, you'll get some information about it, right? The sawmill in the morning, lots of blue-collar workers work here. In the afternoon, lots of blue-collar workers are here. In the evening, not so much. Whereas, like, the parking lot, you'll get some different people depending on the time of the day. In these houses, you're going to get a variety of different people, lots of normies, some blue collar, normies and blue collar. You've got a variety over here on Main Street. Then you've got like another Main Street. You know, you've got like all these different demographics that you can explore. But we want to explore the blue collar demographic here. And now if we are looking at this, you can see the variety of things that they like. But if we then select our food truck, while we have a demographic open, it accidentally closed it. It'll show you how many stars they're going to give. You need to get at least 3 stars to actually get someone to buy your burger. And the higher rated your thing is, the more tips you get. So if I pause the game and I click on a blue collar, demographics, blue collar. Yeah, so like right now, we're only getting 2 stars, which means we need to modify our food truck in order to satisfy the needs of the blue-collar workers. So if I go to my food truck and I click on it and I go to equipment, we can make some modifications. So we're going to go ahead and click edit to edit this dish. And it looks like we've got another ingredient line. I think the burger maximum is 3 ingredients. I could be wrong. And now the game wants me to add some steak. So every ingredient of the game is going to have tags. Each ingredient has 2 innate tags, and then 2 prep tags, which are basically the last 2 things that have been done to an ingredient will apply to it. So if you chop something and then grill it, it will have chop and grill. But if you chop bread and grill something, the chop will fall off because it was too old, basically, in the ingredient thing for it to be relevant, right? So they want me to smoke this steak because blue collar workers, they loved smoked food, right? They give it an extra star. So if I come in here, I could, in theory, even replace the meat patty, and but I'm just going to add the steak right here. And then in terms of cooking, I'm going to add a smoker right there. And I'm going to add this ingredient. I'm going to take the steak, I'm going to prep it in the smoker, and then I'm going to serve it. Boom. And now the blue collar workers will give this 3 stars. I could, in theory, replace the meat patty with, I could bread it or whatever, or we could pan fry. If we pan fried the meat patty, they would like that more. Right now it's being grilled, which I know certain people really like grilled, but blue collar workers, they like that pan fried food. So now we can accept the changes to this burger. We've targeted it to a new demographic. So the truck is going to return home to the HQ to refit its equipment. Sometimes the truck will automatically refit in the field, or I don't know. I don't know if it works 100% perfectly. This is a demo. And now we're going to send it over to this location here, right by this blue collar sawmill, because the sawmill busy hours are coming up. So a couple of normies might buy some food while we wait, but here comes the lunch, the morning lunch rush, or the breakfast rush, right? Here comes the blue collar workers. They're going to pop in. You see all around the city, people are moving to their destinations based on their demographics. Right now we're focused on the blue collars. They're buying, they're paying about $10.29 for a burger. We're making a little bit of profit. And when this burger van sells 10, it's going to go ahead and then refill. And the game is teaching us about that right now. So they're going to go ahead and restock their services. It'll take a couple minutes. When you're really close to your HQ, it's not so big. But if I was serving over here, that's a lot of travel time. You know what I mean? Like we might miss a dinner rush, which is a bit of a problem. You can also see the profit that this truck has made. The blue collar workers, once the truck arrives again, they're going to pop over and they'll queue up. Now, for completing a city event, we actually got some fame, right? We fed a bunch of blue-collar workers over by the sawmill, and every single customer you serve will give you a small boost of fame, but doing those sort of city events will give you a big injection of fame. And as we gain fame, we're going to hit different milestones. So we just reached milestone 1, which is going to allow us to build the executive office. So if I pop into my HQ really quick, and we go to the ground floor, we can actually get this, the executive office. I'm going to pop it right there. Nice little executive office. And this is going to allow us to do research. And you can already see, look how in-depth the basic research tree is. So we can expand upon your food empire in a variety of ways, right? We've got some basic stuff, cheese. You've got ingredients upgrades. You've got cooking and prep upgrades. You've got truck upgrades. Right now, we only have milestone access. We're only at milestone 1 of fame. So I do kind of wish that maybe these were renamed to something like, local guy in a van. And then it was like, man with a plan, and then blah, blah, blah. Like, give these milestones names rather than just like milestone 1, milestone 2. Put a little flair in them. So we're going to unlock basic permits. This requires, I don't know what stars are. I think it's fame. And requires 75 fame and $15. So it's going to cost us a little bit of money. Boom. So this is where it will unlock. We need to accumulate 75 of whatever these are. It doesn't seem to be perfectly correlated with sales, because like a single sale might get you, like if we watch this, when a sale goes through, we got 7. Like, I don't know why we got 7 from that guy. And sometimes we get more than 7. Sometimes we get less. Like, I don't really understand. We're getting 7 right now. All right, so we're feeding the foodies. All right, perfect. So we've just unlocked basic permits, which is going to allow us to navigate the treacherous world of low-level city permits and access to the food parks. So food parks are really, really, really interesting because they basically attract a wide variety of demographics from the local area. So you can see like a lot of normies, a lot of kids live nearby. There's a couple of blue collars, but right now they want us to sort of sell to normies and kids. Now, I happen to know that the food truck that we have right now, it's not going to be very popular with kids. So I'm going to just let this thing sell up its last few burgers, and then we'll set it home for a refit. One more customer just to get that. There we go. Okay, so let's refit this. We're going to make this into a more child-friendly burger. Now, the thing about children is they don't like smoked food and they don't love red meat. So let's start editing this dish. We're going to get rid of the steak. We're going to get rid of the smoker. We're going to get rid of the meat. And instead, we're going to grab ourselves a veggie patty targeted for children. Boom. Kids love veggie patties. Boom, boom. Or rather, they are not opposed to a vegetable patty where they are for the red meat. So adding a vegetable isn't so bad. And the other advantage is because this is produce and a vegetable, and normies will actually like it quite a bit too. Certain other demographics will also like it, right? Like elderly people like vegetables, so on and so forth. So like our burgers would be a decent hit with the elderly right now, whereas not so much with teenagers. They give it like a 0.5 star. So our goal is to target kids. Now, the problem is we don't have an ingredient that kids like right now. And the thing is, kids love cheese, milk products, dairy refrigeration, all that sort of stuff, or pan-fried food. So either pan-frying or milk products will get us here. So I'm going to leave this as a veggie burger for now, because this will target normies, because we're not targeting the blue collars anymore. And then I'm going to send my food truck over to the food truck park. And then in terms of research, I'm going to unlock dairy refrigeration so we can get access to fresh cheese and sliced cheese. Then we'll just kind of speed along as we wait for service to go through. Each food park has a unique quest line that you can level it up. And as you level it up, right, it'll give you different upgrades, right? So if we upgrade this food park, it will have a higher range. And basically, the food park has like an influence zone where it like entices customers towards you. You can see right now it's about at the edge of the adjacent zones, like a couple squares out. Unfortunately, children aren't going to buy our burgers just yet because they only have 2 stars for kids. Once we have cheese, it'll be all good. Oh, lovely. We can actually buy new parking spots. Boom and boom. So we can get 2 more trucks. So let's go ahead and add a truck. I'm just going to grab myself the cactus trucks because I like the color of it. We could make a bowl. Oh, we can't make these yet. All right, bread, knife station, serving counter. Make sure the smoker is here. We got to get a grill. So we got to start with the bread. We got to get the bread down. We're going to chop the bread, put it on the serving counter. Boom. So now we got bread. Then we got to smoke. We can also grill the steak. Boom. So grilled smoked steak burgers are worth $6.86 right now. Wondering if we could get a better price if we added the meat patty. Like out of curiosity, what if we added the meat patty to this? Oh, now it's $10.29. Maximum of 3 ingredients. I like it. Smoked smoked meat grilled burger. That'll get us a nice food truck that targets the blue collars. So where do the blue collars live? All right, you're gonna live at this sawmill. That's where you're gonna make your money. And then I'm gonna grab myself another truck, make this the cute little caterpillar truck, and this one will be the one that we target towards normies. So normies like meat. I'll set up this bad boy real quick. Pretty sure you can theoretically sell this burger, although no one actually likes it enough. I mean, almost enough with the elders. So let's see, this one's gonna be targeting normies, so grilling is going to be our ideal. I'm wondering if we want to do a veggie meat burger. Like maybe that'll appeal to normies even more, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, it's a 3.5 star for the normies. Now the kids don't like it so much because it's got that red meat, but the normies will like this because it's got produce, it's got meat, it's got burger, it's grilled, it's pretty quick, it's only a 5-minute prep time. That's what we're talking about right there. It's got some okay flavor, it's a 3.5 star. Now compare that to our other food truck, right? With just the veggie burger. You know, it's only making 3 stars with a normie, so a 3.5 star, not too bad. Let's send that to the food court too. I think there's 2 spaces in the food court. There might be more. We could, in theory, send our truck there too. The other one, I think. Although it doesn't fit. I don't see a whole lot of blue collars. I'll send you to go catch some normies over here. What are these? Kids. Oh, I can build another food park if I wanted to. Yeah, so we'll catch some normies. All right, there's milestone 2 and dairy refrigeration. Perfect. Now we're going to go ahead and start working on the workstation, minced meat, processed veggies. So then we're going to utilize that ingredient we just unlocked, which I believe is in our original food truck. We pop in there, we go to the equipment, and basically the game is teaching us about, you want to avoid putting in things that they don't like. So we're going to focus on editing this dish. We're going to add the dairy. Now you got like fresh cheese and you got sliced cheese. I don't know what the, like, could you just, I think, can you just add this to the burger as is? I guess you can. The question is, right, so this is worth $13.22. Now if I were to grill that cheese, it's worth $13.23. So help me out here. So grilling the cheese adds prep time, but no actual flavor, like no flavor advantage. So there's no point in grilling this cheese, at least for making kids like the burger more. Yeah, I don't think frying the cheese actually adds a whole lot. Oh, it adds flavor. So when we start caring about flavor, it'll matter. But for now, I think I'm just going to add the cheese. Yeah, get a schlock of cheese on your burger. Boom. I like the idea of the halloumi. Milk product dairy. So yeah, like teenagers like dairy. Country folk don't love cereals. They love deep fried pot cooking. You got your party people. All right, so this is the kids' veggie burger. Let's accept it. Exit. And so now this will go refit. I may update this one too. I can't add another. So this one is for normies. But I think maybe what's more important to me right now is appealing to kids, because there's a lot of kids hanging around the food park. So I'm going to drop the meat. I'm going to add just a slice of cheese to my veggie burger, because we're trying to optimize here. Boom. So now you should go refit too, because we can satisfy the normies and the kids around here. Now, what are you doing in? You're good for normies, you're good for blue collars, so we'll keep an eye out on you for the blue collars. So our goal right now is to serve a cheese-based burger to kids. Boom, done. And we got to level up this food park, so we got to sell 5 burgers to kids. All right, sick. We just unlocked hands-on ingredient prep. That's going to give us access to new stuff. We're going to start unlocking the skillet next, because again, that's going to increase the diversity of what we can do. Letting a little bit of time pass. There is something really satisfying about watching that money go up. And we did actually just level up the food park, and now the food park's going to have new goals. So we did a 4-star review from normies and a 4-star review from kids. So we can start thinking about, okay, well, what do I need to take this truck to the next level, right? Let's have a look. The Caterpillar, one of the possible preferences among different demographics is flavor. Flavor is the sum total of all ingredients quality. So basically, the more prep and effort you put into food, the better tasting people think it is. So let's pop in here, and we're going to go ahead and edit this truck's equipment. So each ingredient that you use has a given potential, right? So in theory, right now, the maximum potential flavor for this burger is 4, right? Because you got 0 out of 2, 1 out of 1, and 0 out of 1. The flavor of the ingredient cannot exceed its maximum value. And so with this new workstation that we unlocked, where is it? Yeah, the workstation, this is going to allow us to prep some of the food ingredients ourselves, thus reaching a higher flavor potential. So right, if I build this workstation here, let's say, this is a manual prep station, and we can either use processed veggies or minced meat. Since this burger, I believe, is meant to be targeting normies and kids, so we're going to focus on the minced. We're going to avoid red meat because kids don't love red meat. So we're going to focus on the veggie side of things. So I'm going to grab some processed veggies. Let's get rid of the old veggie patty. This is going to add a little bit of prep time to the food, but that's not a big deal because it should add potential flavor. And now we're going to get a 4-star review from these normies pretty easily. The kid 4-star review, that's going to require us to grill the cheese. Now, kids' maximum serving time for them to give you an extra half star is 10 minutes or lower. For normies, it's 12.5. So you do have a little bit of space to work with here. So you're making your own veggie burger, you know, the more love and attention and time and effort you put into your ingredients, the more people like it. So let's grab a grill. I'm going to move this cheese over. We want to try and optimize for speed here. We're going to take this cheese. We're going to grill it. Bam. And now this truck will get 4 stars from normies and from kids. Honestly, even elderly people like it too. Country folk don't mind it. A lot of people are going to like it. So let's go ahead and accept this. This is a great burger. So that was you, right? No, that was you. Let's edit this one as well so that it's just as, so people are just as happy. We're going to go to our ingredients. We're going to grab processed veggies. We're going to plop it there. In terms of food prep, we're going to grab ourselves a workstation, and then we're going to add that new ingredient. We're going to connect, boom, 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 boom. And then we want to move this cheese over because we're going to grill the cheese as well so that we can hit that 4-star around this side with a good flavor. Connection mode, shabam. So we've got 2 food trucks serving the same kind of food. You don't get much choice here, but we are I'm a burger truck empire, okay? Don't criticize me. So most of the people that are going to be around here are normies and kids. You've got normies and kids. You do have some blue collar types around here. Some blue collar up here too. So my goals right now are serve the high flavor burger to normies. We got to get enough high-star reviews from these people. Boom, we just unlocked the skillet. That's going to allow us to do more flavor. We can also unlock the farmers market connection, research and development. We could get another parking space. I'm gonna go for research and development. I'm curious about that. What does that unlock for us, right? I'm curious about that. So we need a few more 4-star reviews from normies. Oh, look at that, they're leaving tips. Big. Oh man, they're queuing up for this other truck. Oh yes, look at it leveled up. So max level reached for this food park. It's got up to 4 potential truck spots. We can make crazy money. So now our goal is to reach milestone 3. You know what? I'm gonna modify this one too to appeal to normies and kids again. Although we do have the potential now. Let me see. Skillets do allow for pan frying. That could allow me to improve this burger for kids, right? Because if I get rid of this grill and I get a skillet, I get rid of this burger because kids don't love red meat. So let's just clear the red meat. We go for the processed veggies. Could make a veggie Joe. Ooh, what if we made a veggie Joe? And that's an interesting idea because that would be less work time. Kids already like it. 3.5. It's a quick and easy one. If we add a little dairy and some flavor. Now the problem is this doesn't have a huge amount of flavor. So let's maybe if we prepped it. I think we should prep this into a veggie bun because we will get more flavor out of it, and we need that flavor to get the high stars from kids. So let's change what we're doing here. Boom, 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 boom. Wait, it went down because they liked processed food. Oh, but I need that flavor to impress the kids. You know what I mean? So right now I can't get away with what I want to do. I can't do what I want to do because I would like. 5 stars! Holy kids. Love this burger. Adding the pan fry, huge. Do I feel bad about targeting children with my fast food burgers? Absolutely not. You make your way over here, sir, and start selling burgers to those kids. Where's the elementary school? I guess we can ask the... where's the school so we can sell more burgers to those kids? Those kids are hungry, Jonathan. We need to feed them. Milestone 3 means your business has grown enough to expand into a new neighborhood. Ooh, neighborhoods are distinct parts of the game's map, varying in challenges like new demographics with distinct demands for food, or with demands and food parks. Entering new neighborhoods is crucial to development of your business. Staying in one place is a fast track to exploiting all the available resources while only receiving diminishing returns. In order to get access to a new outpost, or new neighborhood, you have to build an outpost. And outposts allow you to restock instead of the HQ. So if we pop over here, we've got this new district. So, oh, sorry, it's morning time. My phone alarm went off. If I pop in here, right, I can buy this. It cost me 750. So I'm gonna have to save. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. I'll wait till I have about 800 or so my food trucks can restock when out. too much in the way of issues because it's pretty expensive to refill. There we go. Let's build this outpost. So we've completed the main tutorial line for the demo. Ooh, there's still more content left to explore. So we got some unique quests. Level goals tab. So this is a part of the game I've never been to before. So we need to get 5-star reviews from normies, from tourists, blue collars, teenagers, kids, elders. So this is the goal. Our goal is to feed the city. Let's give it a go. So what's this over here? This is a food park. Where is my outpost? So this is my... No, this is a construction site. I don't remember where I built my outpost. Earned minus $300 in the first day. Nice. That's what I hoped for. So we got kids galore showing up here. Normies galore too. I'm trying to see different phases of the game. What are you? You're a tourist. So a little bit of tourism-y food over here we can work away on. So now we've done research and development. So we've got a specialized facility. Let's get a new ingredient, new vegetables. So what does that research and development do? We go to the ground floor. We got research and dev. I can't afford it. Oh, we have to wait a little bit. I do think that we're over-exploiting this section of the map, although we are making really good money from it. So I don't think we need to like get out of there just yet because more people are popping out. You can see the reach of this thing is crazy. God, jeez. I'm gonna move this caterpillar over there. I want to grab some reviews over here. This is my money maker, but I want to start building up this zone. Okay, perfect. So we just got farmers market connections. That's going to allow us to do more flavor, I believe. Let's grab that extra parking space as well. We may as well grab that. So this should, in theory, if I go to this will probably allow us to improve this veggie burger even further by processing the vegetables ourselves. Oh, we should be pan frying this. Hold on. Let me get rid of that. Let me add a skillet there. Normies and kids love it. We got a 5-star review there. We're at our limit. I think this is about the best burger we can make right now. I am curious. Let's add, okay, well, we got manual prep. We can make leafy greens. That's interesting. I might explore that with a different food truck and leave this one the way it is, targeting normies. Probably depends on the demographics of the people near the truck, but I'm just going to leave this as it is for now. Let's have a look. I've seen lots of normies, so 4 stars for normies. I don't see a whole lot of kids, so there's probably not much point in targeting children over here. I see some elderly people hanging around near this one. Blue collars, normies, kids, okay. I see some elders hanging around here. Tourists down this way. All right. Keep an eye out for the different folk who I can sell burgers to. I do have the money now to grab myself research and development. Oh, wow. Well, I don't know why I built that. Enables further research. Maybe some of these things actually required the research and development. Perfect. We got ourselves a new parking space. Let's have a look. Do we want to go for ingredients? Do we want to go for cooking and prep? I'm interested in selling 50 burgers over here. There's what looks to be kind of a wide variety of people here. I do see some tourists. We could build a food park over here. There's an existing food park down here, which is very normie heavy, it looks like. So I'll tell you what, let's grab our newest food truck. We'll build ourselves a parking spot. Boosh. Let's add a new truck. Make this one kind of edgy just for fun. We're going to make a burger. And I want to explore the potential prep work that you could do for vegetables. So I want to make a burger that normies really like. So let's say we manual prep this. What could we do with a leafy green? How do I know what the tags of a leafy green are? Well, let's start with the grain. So let's say we've made a leafy green burger. It got no flavor. So does anyone even begin to like this? Elderly people like it because it's got vegetables. They like salad bowls though. They want pot cooking. Pot cooking and flavor is what they want. Maybe some fish. I don't know if the leafy green is the way to go here. So what if we grilled some red meat for these normies? Let's add some flavor. Let's start with minced meat. Ooh, I like, if I do a sloppy joe, but that would have to be pan fried, not grilled. It wouldn't retain the processing. But I could grill a steak. And if I grilled a steak, I would hit grilling plus meat. If I grill a meat patty, I get to retain that processing. Hold on. So no, it lost the processing tag. Well, in that case, we may as well just make our own meat from scratch to add a little flavor. Minced meat, let's get the workstation. 1, 2, 3. Shabam. Now we got a 3-flavor burger. Normies love it. They literally don't need anything else on it for them to be happy. If we added some produce, they wouldn't mind it. Can we go crazy here? What if we just straight up added vegetables? They love it. 4.5 stars. You can just put vegetables on there. Oh, that's crazy. Okay, we gotta modify these vegetables. Hold on. If we could process these vegetables, they would like it more. Like, what if we added a veggie joe, you know? Or even better, what if we just dumped processed veggies on top? They love it. 5 stars. The only way to make it better would be to whisk something. Like, we're hitting all the notes here. That's a 5-star from a normie. Processed veggies. They love it. Perfect amount of flavor for a normal, everyday guy. So this is my 5-star veggie. I don't even know what demographics hit this. Let's go over here. What do we need on this? It doesn't even say. So demographics-wise, mostly targeting normies here with that one. Some of the country folk don't mind it so much, but we would need to make some changes. All right, we got a new thing, right? New parking space. Yeah, I gotta make a decision about the next. I'm gonna unlock the dish, but I'm gonna want to unlock the new dish maybe. Wholemeal dough, processed grains, potato mix. I'm gonna unlock the bowl dish. Diversify our stuff. So what's going on here? What are we getting? We're getting some country folk down here. They don't love this burger. Why is this circle red? I guess that's just the predominant color of the truck. I don't even know how to level up that food park. All right, so I achieved the kids' goal with the demo. Food truck can serve bowls instead. All right, 6. So now we're gonna learn how to assign a new dish. Let's take this truck that's heading home already. You're gonna be my. Nah, you got a nice dish in there actually. What about you? All right, let me grab this one. You, sir. We're going to change your equipment. You are going to be a bowl. Bowls are much more versatile than burgers, so feel free to experiment. Let's try to target elderly people with this. We got 9.5 limit. They want fish, pot cooking, vegetables, grains. So what if we just stuck some bread in there? Should we knife prep it? Can I grill? Oh, it makes grimy grains. Ew. People don't like that. Well, they didn't like that at all. So let's edit that branch. Oh, you can't pan fry? You can't fry a little burger bun? Hey, hold on. All right, what if we manual prepped this? We get grimy grains. I don't think there's a way to modify this. Hold on. All right, let's keep experimenting. I would have thought I could have toasted my bun. Can you smoke a bun? You can smoke anything. No, it just makes grimy grains. I would have thought you could have toasted your bun on a grill or a skillet and make a nice little toasted bun for your burger, add some flavor, you know what I mean? I must be crazy. So these guys like knife prep. So let's knife prep the bread. Bam, bam, bam. There we go. We hit grains and knife prep in a single go. They do want flavor, so we got to figure out how to get flavor in here using vegetables. I think that's going to involve using a vegetable patty that is then chopped, perhaps. Well, actually, I think it will get auto chopped, right? Bam, bam. And then bam, bam, bam. Hey, you don't even need to cook it. We do need to add more flavor. So either grilling or pan frying will add. Can we smoke the vegetable patty? Like, would that be crazy? Nope, that just made pungent produce. So we can either do a grilled veggie burger, which is 3 out of 3 flavor, or we could do a fried veggie burger, which is also 3 out of 3 flavor. Let's do the fried veggie burger. I messed up and deleted my stuff. Processed veggies. Bam, 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 bam. I'm basically making burger in a bowl. It's a burger bowl. Jesus Christ, what have I become? Ooh, fresh cheese. If we do a one-step cook on this, it has pot cooking in it. That's actually quite useful. So I'm pretty sure if we just throw this in here, it'll push it up. But we would like to actually grill this to add just enough flavor to hit 5 stars that these elderly people want. So if I go to shabam, boom, boom, boom. That's the +1 flavor we were looking for. It's grilled halloumi. It has pot cooking and it's grilled. It's got flavor. That's a 5-star review from the elders. Now, who else likes this? Okay, kids like it. Normies, actually, quite a few people like it. Hipsters like it. Country folk like it. All right, there you go. But we got the 5-star review from the elders that we were looking for. So I'm going to accept this and exit. Now, which truck was this again? It's so hard to remember. Oh, we got new research. We unlock the bowl. Do I want to unlock the breading station? Let's unlock fish, because I think there's some demographics that like fish. Where's my cactus? Right, you're my bowl. Where are the elderly people at? That's the real question. All right, here we go. We got a new lunch rush. So we got teenagers over here. We got tourists wandering the city. Kids up here in the north. Nothing going on down here in the south. I might move this burger truck because it's geared up for the normies. Oh no, you should go here. Let's see, so we got a lot of normies and tourists here. You're a 3-star normie, you're a 4-star normie. Honestly, that's good enough. So elderly people pop out of the retirement hospital home. I don't know where I'm going with that. Oh, here we go, food bowl. Where's my food bowl? Get over here to where the elderly people are. That's where they pop out. You gotta catch them while it's good. All right, 6, so we just unlocked processed fish patties. Let's grab wholemeal dough. Maybe we can add some more flavor to our dishes. A lot of tourists around here, not so many elderly. All right, so we got a big dinner rush. Who are these guys? We got the hipsters coming out at night. Got the country folk roaming around here. Okay, so I'm starting to spot patterns. At least I'm hoping I'm spotting patterns. Definitely normie and kid second over here. I'm seeing some tourism. Like, this is definitely a touristy kind of place. Build that food park. Elderly people are hard to target because they don't show up in many places. At least not late. All right, sick. We've unlocked traditional bread making. Let's go for processed grains for industrial bread making. I'm pretty sure. Where are my food trucks? So I've got one over here. I've got one over here. What are you doing? You're making bowls. You're making burgers. I think you're targeted for normies, right? What's your demographic again? No, you're targeted for kids, which means I don't need you anymore because I've already done the kids achievement. So hipsters don't like grains. What the hell do I make you? So they like bowls. All right. So hipsters like bowls. They want legumes. I'm gonna wait until I have legumes before I start targeting hipsters, honestly. Maybe I could get the 5-star blue collar. We're missing taters. Precious, but maybe we can make it work. So they need 5 flavor. So let's start with minced meat that we're then gonna manually work prep. And then they like pan-fried food. So I'm gonna grab myself a skillet. And that's gonna be the first ingredient. Bam, bam. I'll start with the burger bun too. Then from the grain, I want to start with, oh, I can go for flatbread or make a wholemeal roll. That would satisfy pan frying, which means I could instead smoke a steak, but then that wouldn't get me the flavor thingy. Let's go with wholemeal dough, and we're going to pan fry it to make a flatbread. And then I wonder, do we want a knife workstation it? Let's explore these possibilities. No, I think we just do that. Okay, let's make some more efficiency here. Bam, bam, bam. So they already like this. It's missing breading and smoking and flavor. But if we smoke some meat, we hit the 4.5 stars. And then the only thing that we're missing is like either potatoes or fish. We'll see what we could do to... Maybe we could add some smoked fish to this once we have fish researched. Ooh, actually, maybe we could smoke some fish. But I think, you know what? Honestly, an hour and 15 minutes is plenty of time to play this demo. I kind of don't want to play it anymore because I want to play it when it's finished, man. There's so much potential here. I think it's really, really cool. Absolutely. Once again, I want to remind you guys, this is on Steam. The demo is available. You can wishlist it. You can try it out for yourself. If you want to see the rest of this, I don't want to spoil it for you, man. Come check this out. I really like this game, and I'm really excited for it. I'm almost sad that I've learned about it before it's actually finished, because now I have to wait all this time before I actually get to play the final game. But it's also a nice opportunity, because I get to show it to you guys as a really friggin' cool game. I was about to become a not family-friendly YouTuber. Anyway, definitely, this is my kind of game, right? When I was a kid, I used to play these kind of games all the time. I remember I played that. Does anyone remember the Lemonade Stand game? Oh, what a banger. It was one of the early, like, online, you know, internet games. You could make a lemonade stand. It was like an incremental game where you ran a lemonade stand. This just, I really, really like this game. I do kind of wish, one thing I wish is, you know, developers, if you could introduce like a map mode. Like, it would be nice if I was on this demographic thing and I clicked like, if I could have a heat map, just like, if I click the button here, show map, and it would just like highlight each square of the map based on how many of each population it produced, right? So it would show like, oh, blue collars around here, because then it would help me figure out, okay, this one over here, this is where the blue collar, or well, it's not, but in an example, it might be like, oh, there's a food court over here, this attracts a lot of blue collars. Boom, pop right there. Just help, like, make it a little easier for me to identify where they are. But other than that, I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.